Hello and welcome back to a very exciting video on my channel. Today I am flipping through my 2021 scrapbook. It is very full, as you can see. It is as full as it can be. This was obviously the first year that I did Project Life. I think, like everyone, 2021 ended up having a lot of social events in it, just because we've been so locked away for the last year. So I'm going to go through this with you today. It's filmed, I've got a new phone so I can film on the 0.5 zoom out lens thing, so if everything looks a bit slightly distorted on the edges, that is just tapering down. But I know that taking photos of faces, sometimes it looks a bit strange on this camera, but it is the only way that I can get everything in. And so I am excited to show you all of this. This was I only started scrapbooking in the March. Well, I started in January, but not doing Project Life, but I discovered Project Life in about March time and ordered all the stuff, and so it was really fun to go back and do the first couple of months because it gave me, a good amount to do straight away. And then throughout the year I've been working on it. December is not completed. The reason for that is that when it was December, I wanted Christmassy photos to do and use my Christmassy stuff. And so it kind of made sense for me to go, okay, well, I'll do previous years. I did just found some old Christmas photos to do, and I will save this year's Christmas for 2022 Christmas. So that December I will upload videos of me doing the Christmas pages, and I will also then at the end of it upload a flip through. So I thought that was way more exciting way to do it for me personally. So this is just January to November. I do have the photos printed out and put in the pockets so you can see that, and I mean, I can't add much more bulk with those spreads, as it will cause the pages to completely be too much. So I've used the sorry for such a ramble before we start, but I thought I'd outline some things. I'm using the Simple Stories Hello Today collection for all my title pages. I really like this, but the rest of the collection is cream based, which I do end up struggling with. So this year I haven't done that, but looking actually at how nice this title is, I actually quite like this, and I don't like the way I've done it for 2022, so I might change that. This first page, it's not a pocket page, but because that just is, because I kind of did do it backwards, it didn't quite work out, and I did start doing some of this before I got the pocket pages. So I started just using what I already had scrapbooking wise to kind of start doing it. So that's why these front pages are a bit strange, because it's kind of, I've started with something and not thought about what's going to go on the back of it, just because I didn't actually have the folders and things. The folders and pocket pages I all bought from Craftlier, which I think is Spanish, and main places that I shop, because I'm UK based, is there. Hey Little Magpie and Paper Maze. I don't actually think I've ordered from anywhere else. Oh, and Hobbycraft and The Range, and what's the other one? The Works. They're the only places that I've bought any of my stuff. I'm going to America tomorrow, so that's very exciting. I'm packing, doing my COVID test later today, which is very strange because I have to do it over Zoom. But yeah, so please let me know down below your favourite American crafting stores, as I'm very excited. I'm going to be in the Philadelphia area, so please let me know if you have any local specific recommendations. So this first page, I feel like you've had enough looking at it. All Simple Stories Hello Today. So that was very fun. And then on the back I have got, I'm not going to open these until I will start lifting things up, but I think they will all I'll do it. Is it going to bulge over? Yeah, just about. So this one is for my 21st birthday. A lot of, I've got some very random 12 by 12 pages that I just bought. So I have no idea what page this was. I think it was a Pink Fresh Studio one, but I actually really like how that turned out. And yeah, please, my boyfriend would be horrified seeing some of the pictures I put in here being put on the internet, but no one's going to judge. So this is the sort of thing where it ends up being a bit strange. I've had to add a lot of filler just to make this work, but just talking about my 21st birthday, and just more talking about my birthday. Yeah, so that's all very cute. I it's interesting because things like my label maker I forget about, but when I do use it I absolutely love it. So this is one of the layouts which actually was not for this sort of layout. So I'd planned this as a one which has 4 of these and then the 4 little ones going down the middle, but I then realised I didn't really have anything to put on the back of this, and actually this one was the first thing I did when I ordered all the stuff. And I had an order from Hey Little Magpie come first, so I had this collection, the Winter Market from Carter Bella. And so I did this without the pocket pages, and I hadn't thought about what was going to go on the back. So this layout was easier to chop and change than this one. So obviously I've moved these 2 around, and actually I had this in the middle with these 2 here, but it worked out all right. And the only thing that ended up was my face got split in half, which was absolutely fine. I'm not really going to talk too much about the memories, I don't think. We'll see as I go along. These are actually some old revision cards. I've got a lot of flashcards. There was a point doing my A-levels and GCSEs where my mum ordered tons, and actually this is the only time I've used them, and you can't really tell, like, because in my head I'm like, oh, it's just a revision flashcard, but I think it looks absolutely fine. It gives you lines for journaling, and I think it works quite well. I'm gonna have to speed up, otherwise we will be here all day. Again, this was one that ended up being quite strange because I started off with this. I hadn't thought about where all the photos were going to go. I didn't start with all the photos for the month, which is how I now do it. So this ended up again being quite filler, adding in things like we were binge watching The Office. It was a lockdown, so it was very strange. And then we move on to February. Again, this card, I think this is the only time I haven't done anything to this card, but actually it works quite well. Doing lots of walks, food, that's about all that we could do at this point. We were still in lockdown here in the UK. So I'd meet up with my friend Chloe and go for my daily walk, which is the only person I was seeing apart from my boyfriend who I lived with. So I have got rid of some really embarrassing photos. It then snowed a lot, which is very unusual for here in the UK, so I've got lots of photos. I really like how I ended up doing this. I don't have the pocket page version of this, but it works well in just these normal ones, and it's just a great way to get tons of photos. Like, I wanted all of these photos in, and I'd already printed all of these off before I'd ordered all the pocket page things. So look, the pictures like this donut picture and this were actually bigger photos, and I've cropped them down to be 3x4. So this was a 6x, I think this was a this way photo, 6x4. Same here, I've just chopped off the edges and stuff to get it to fit in. So because it was before I knew I was doing I wanted to do Project Life, so a lot of this first bit is making it work, but I don't think that it really looks like that. And obviously snow here in the UK is a big thing, so I made the most of it. Here you can see I didn't actually have the 12x12 paper, but I've just joined it together to make that's just one 6x6 page, and I think that works quite well. These are Rosie's Studio. That is another place that I've ordered from. I lied, but I know you can get them off the same website. And guess what, more snow. But yeah, I really like how this one ended up. This is a stamp that I got off AliExpress, and yeah, very cute snowy pictures all wrapped up in the warmth, which is very unusual. Just a little insert. So as you can see, I've got a lot of photos, and then this just feels very out of place, but this was February. I think that was the last weekend, so you can see how much the weather changes. I mean, yeah, and this was a nice little walk we went for. And again, this is kind of me being a bit more fillery because it doesn't quite work. I'm getting better with I now have flips, so say I had 2 photos and wanted to add, I'd add a flip rather than adding another whole 6x4. I probably would have been able to integrate those with just a flip. This was all one day, which now I would not include 5 photos of Kieran playing on the ice. I'd probably pick my favourite one, and that probably meant that all of this could have been just one half a pocket page. But yeah, it's cute and it's fun to look back on, and I was so excited. I think March this year is one of my favourite spreads. Oh, I shouldn't have been hooking that in, sorry. I really got into using the label maker, and I just love the dark greens, the pinks, and I wouldn't have ever come up with it if it wasn't for this being dark green. So this is the like spring markety farmhouse oh, it's not, it's Flower Garden by Crepe Paper, and I've used that. And I've actually, a lot of these, so like this fish and chip one is a stamp I got off AliExpress that I've stamped over and over again. So is this cup of tea, and I got myself a mug in Tesco's, and so is this little house. So I really like this, and yeah, I just absolutely love these pages. And that was when I got my offer to do my masters, which was very exciting. Again, more walks, and printing off things as if they're a Polaroid. There's a app that I use. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but if you comment down below, I'll be able to tell you what it is, because I'm filming on my phone, so I can't actually check. This is Rosie Studio, actually, these bits. Yeah, so I like doing that, and I really like adding the little label maker and more. So these were 2 different days where we did 2 different long walks. This, I think, was when you were allowed to start, well, we were starting to push what was our local area, because I know you are allowed to travel, and obviously Yorkshire, there's a lot of land that is just very, not barren, but like there's not many people there. And actually on these walks, I think we bumped into 2 people maybe each time, so you know, it was, I needed it for my mental health, and it was quite fun because my Fitbit was able to like track our walk, and we still were in the same county, like we hadn't left our county. So yeah, that was really fun to do. Got little inserts, and so now I've got the this is moving on to the Simple Stories Bunnies in Bloom something collection, the Easter collection from last year that I just fell in love with. And yeah, more pictures, getting haircuts for the first time that we were allowed to get haircuts. And yeah, just I was staying at my boyfriend's at that point because it was still lockdown, but we were allowed to come back from uni. Yeah, I can't remember the rules off the top of my head. We were allowed to come back from uni, but somehow we were still, you know, only allowed to be in one house. So now this is April. So again, same card, adding some little punched out hearts and stuff. Yeah, it then snowed really randomly, which was strange, for like 10 minutes one evening, which is very unlike the weather here. So again, yeah, I was staying at my boyfriend's. This was Easter. I thought it was quite fun because this is just Easter, this little insert, but it, you know, didn't need more than this. So, you know, I got to use a lot of the Eastery stuff, and this is a Tombow pen, brush pen. And then yeah, I had a lot of journaling, so it was a really fun day. It was the first day that you were allowed to meet outside with 2 families, I think was the rule, because we went to Kieran's family friends, and we were obviously living with his parents at this point. It must have been you were allowed to go between uni and stuff. Then this was my friends. This was when I think you were allowed to, oh yeah, it was up to 6 or 2 families, and because we were 2 households, we were allowed to meet up. So then this was my friends. There were only 5 of us, so we were allowed to meet up outside. So we yeah, so you can see all the photos at this point with other people who are outside. We had a very cold night, sat out, and I thought that this History in the Making and Global Pandemic card from the Simple Stories COVID collection was very appropriate. You were allowed to then start going places like on holiday, but not as a household. So I then moved into my parents' household, and went on to the cottage and did work outside and just kind of did that. This was before heading back to uni, so yeah, just before heading back to uni. I can't remember what Kieran was doing or where he's from, but yeah, so then this was kind of the end of April. Again, you can see I've really got into using the label maker. And yeah, a lot of uni work is basically uni work and breaks, and yeah, that is that whole thing. Oh, and then I realised I missed a photo, and then I quite added this little flip. Maybe I need to add a tab or something so it's quite obvious to flip it, because even I nearly forgot that. Oh no, we're still going with April. So then we're back at uni, and we went to Knaresborough for the day. I think that's how you say it. I always get told off by Kieran. And yeah, we had the most gorgeous day out. We actually now kind of live, well, he lives close-ish to it. He lives on the north side of Leeds, so we'll definitely be heading back here at some point this summer for a little day trip. And it was so gorgeous, and because we're uni students, we can go on a weekday. It was so nice, and yeah, we went out on the boats really early, and we went to this cafe, and yeah, it was such a lovely day. So I needed to make a big thing of it in my scrapbook, so then I did a single layout about me, and this is a, what's it called, what's the Pink Fresh Studio paper. If you want to know any of the collections more specifically, if you do leave a comment down below, I will be able to figure it out, but off the top of my head I just can't remember, and obviously I'm not going to go and find out what every single page was. But some pages I won't know, like this one I have absolutely no clue what. Oh, I think it is it? No, it is a different one, but I will probably be able to figure it out by looking at both sides, but I don't think I know this one because it was just a random one page I got. But let me know down below and I can have a look. So I did a little layout for some bigger photos of each of us, which was cute. And then we were finally back at uni, so I've highlighted, I think that's the day we went back to uni, so that Knaresborough trip, and all of these photos were there. It was still COVID-y, but you could go to the pub. The pub's reopened, so it was a very sunny evening. You're only allowed to sit outside, table service only. Went, had some pictures and gins, and yeah, it was very lovely to be able to actually finally catch up with people again. Still meeting Chloe up outside. Yeah, so you must have been able to meet one person at all times outside. Yeah, so then we move on into May, and I've again gone for what the yellow really is, and the yellow on the card, and really accentuated it. I think that is all Rosie's Studio, as well as some Studio Calico printables I think I just got. Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection, little spread. More Maggie Holmes Garden Party, but I mean, they look very different. Those, sorry, just not with the camera. Very different spreads. Went pottery painting. You're obviously allowed to go into places again. It's very interesting. I have no idea what the COVID rules were, and I'm trying to figure it out from what I was doing, because I know that I stuck to the rules, but it's very interesting having a look back and trying to remember. So this was obviously the first time you're allowed to go in. We went pottery painting, and then went to our favourite cocktail place, and this time was just filled with uni, like submitting my final project, submitting my final exam, celebrating exams being over. So that's why there's not as much in May. There's still quite a lot compared to what I've ended up with for some of the first months of 2022. But yeah, my friend's birthday. Yeah, having lots of fun. It was very sunny. Then June was such a fun month. There was just a lot of celebrating, being in York for the final few weeks. And yeah, and then we came home and saw Kieran's family again. Lots of fun memories in June as exams were finally over and uni was over. Yeah, really fun. My friend's 21st birthday, which we were all jealous because two of us had to have ours in the lockdowns. My 21st birthday was that birthday at the beginning. Not quite as eventful as this, but it was so nice to see each other. Again, Maggie's Home Garden Party and Studio Calico printables. And so now there's a lot of layouts in this month because there was just so many photos. So we start off with, I don't think they're in any particular order, but Chloe's birthday, obviously I had this little insert bit to go with it. Then we went to Whitby for the day, which was very fun and very windy. I absolutely love this layout. It's in one of my layout shares if you want to hear more about it. And I really liked putting so many 3x4s because I get so many photos onto such a fun layout. We didn't get to graduate. I graduated literally last week, officially, properly, doing the walk across. But the uni did do an afternoon tea and drinks outdoors kind of thing. And so they were my graduation drinks. Again, I really like how this layout turned out. It's the Cartabella Oh Happy Day collection. I think that's a very fun collection. Some darker layouts. Another walk that we went on. We were really enjoying doing such gorgeous walks, which is why I kind of want to get a job up north when I finish my masters, just because I absolutely love the countryside up there. Cocktails. This was the final night that I spent in York as a student before going home. It was the end of term. Met up with Libby and Marco, who are both still in York this year, and had lots of fun. So yeah, that was very fun. And then these are the photos with Libby. I thought it was a fun way to kind of have, I obviously had a lot of photos that I wanted to have special layouts for. So next I have got a little insert with just some more photos. I'm using the Simple Stories summer collection now, I think, and just really bright, bold. I don't really like it. It's not my style. I don't know why I picked it, but obviously I'm still trying to figure out what I like. But I think it suits this month because there was so much going on, and I feel like that's represented in these little end pages. So yeah, just all Simple Stories. These are just stamps from Ellie Studio, and I'm just using my Memento Dewdrop inks to stamp them. I don't know where I just flipped, but I realised that I left a set of spreads in that I didn't want to show. Luckily, basically it says the address where I lived last year and my summer job. It tells you, like, has the company name and everything on it. So now I will flip over in June and just explain what I just explained. So imagine there is a smaller layout here, but I just don't want to show that on camera. So June, I just picked out more general colours. So I had the red and the purple and the light blues, and just kind of went with that. It was quite a fun month, and like I said, there is a layout here explaining that I started my summer job, so I was working full time, and we did have a COVID scare for the first week of July, so we were stuck inside watching the Euros, football and Wimbledon. But yeah, so we also went and moved out of our York house officially. Then have some summer drinks. I don't really like this layout. I can't tell you what it is about it. I just don't like it. My brother's 19th birthday. There is a video for this on my channel if you want to know more. I really absolutely love this layout. It's very fun. Then yeah, again, just going with all of the random colours. It's very Rosie Studio based, heavy based. I think because these photos also had a lot of red, we went to an inflatable place with Kieran's little brother, so that was very fun. Then we move into August, and these, I've used a lot of the Echo Park Summer. No, it's not. It's Cartabella Summer collection. I absolutely love that collection, and a lot of it is that. Again, this layout has a video on my channel. If you click up in the eye, I hopefully would have added it. So yeah, lots of photos. This was my friend's birthday, a lot of photos from that. And yeah, doing the Polaroids again. My grandma came to visit, so there's a lot of photos with her, and I actually did make her a little mini album that I wrapped up and I'll be giving for her 80th birthday while we're in America. So again, really lovely. I've got my Cricut now, so I can start doing Cricut titles, and I absolutely love my Cricut. I'd say it is such a good, it's obviously an investment, but I'm hoping in the money that I will save from not buying thickers, it will just kind of pay for itself. And I also have my Hobonichi, and I make all of my stickers for my planner on that, so I think it really was a good investment for me. My two hobbies both kind of coexist and can use it. Again, I absolutely love this paper, and there is this layout, and there is a video on my channel. It came together so quickly because so much of it was just covered up. The white space is in the middle, and so much of it was covered up by these photos that I think that was a very quick 10-15 minute layout. So now it gets very, very summery, and I absolutely love these layouts and like the puffy stickers. This one actually I've done a there's no like plastic over this, which I think is interesting to do, and it's kind of like, this is the title for the whole this whole page. Spending a week at the cottage with my grandparents and my grandma and my parents and my boyfriend, which was really fun. But it does mean that when I've taken it out, it's a bit hard to keep this in. More photos just while my grandma was here getting our COVID vaccines. So the little two. I've got my Posca paint pens. I feel like these layouts just show me how much new stuff I'd got around this time. I've got the Maggie Holmes Garden Party sticker book, so these layouts feel like I've blurted so much on because I've got two new sticker books. I've never had a sticker book before. I'm really going in hard with puffy stickers. I've just got a lot more stuff to play around with. I absolutely hate this layout. I had such a good vision in my head, but this photo is very special because it is when we found out that my boyfriend got his job. So very, very fun. And then more photos from, we went to Cornwall, so This is kind of the very fun layout I did. I absolutely love this. The simple background means that I can get away with blurting so much more on and kind of keeping this kind of pattern going. So I really, really like how that one looks. And then I like having the little title page because this was only a bank holiday weekend break. Kieran's aunt lives there, so we got to go and look after her house and her dogs, and they have a lot of animals, so we had a lot of animals to keep it alive. As long as we kept the animals alive, we were allowed to stay. So again, using that same Cartabella summer collection, lots of it, and yeah, more of these fake Polaroids. And yeah, really, really enjoying these sorts of layouts. Very, very summery, very fun, and I absolutely love this collection. And these are very chaotic layouts. Yeah, so this is when we had our kind of online graduation, and Kieran was joking around by changing the sat nav. We were on the motorway for ages. I didn't need to actually see the directions, so he put his degree and certificate on there. Yeah, and getting back, just some really random photos at the bottom here. And now we're into September. So again, very fun, very packed. It was very summery in September, which is unusual. September is autumn here in the UK, but for some reason it was so sunny that it just felt like summer. This is the last layout that went up on my channel. It is a double-sided, just one piece of paper layout, and I did it because I was about to film this flip through and I realised that I had not filmed this at all, so I needed to not completed this layout, so I needed to go back and complete that. So that is very fun, and I really like especially this back side. I really like. So my friends from uni came to visit my hometown, so that kind of introduces this part. So yeah, more fun stuff, having a little insert, and all just the same collection. I bought the mega. I had the normal 6x6 paper pad. I then nearly used it all completely up, so I was like, right, I'm gonna buy the mega one and the sticker book and just really like lean into this collection. I absolutely love it, and it's my whole summer. It's just this one collection and I absolutely love it. This page is very photo heavy. I think there's only two tiny bits, 2-inch strips that are not photos, but just had so many photos that I wanted to include from that trip. And then these are kind of, I find it strange when my life doesn't overlap with the months. So I've then got kind of, so my friends came, which that was only a very short amount of time. Oh yeah, you can see there's where I got my cricket at the beginning of September. Then I went to the cottage again with my friend Tabitha and my parents. So that's kind of the two trips that I took. They were the same. I literally came back for one day, not even a day, for one sleep, and then went back again. But it just made sense because I didn't drive, my parents drove, and then I drove, both me and Tabitha. It's not that far, it's only an hour and a half drive. And then I moved into Loughborough, and yeah, that was my accommodation when I moved in. Needless to say, I drove straight back home. And yeah, so this was kind of like the end, and then this is moving in. They were the last couple of days of September. I think I moved in on like the 27th, but obviously there's quite a few photos for that. And then we move on to October. I'm in Loughborough, and it's a lot of university work, nights out, yeah, doing fun things. I don't know how much more it's going to allow me to flip through with the pages open, but yeah, doing lots and lots of university work and fun stuff as well, but just mainly university work. I went to visit Kieran in Leeds, because obviously at the same point of him moving away, I also moved away, which has been hard. Kind of, these are all the people on my course that we hang out with. So I enjoyed using all of these kind of stationery stuff, but like for a very school-based theme. And then we went to Centre Parks. So this is kind of like a double. I like how this looks. I like how this works. I think for weekends away, this makes way more sense. But a lot of the time I have so many photos I want to include. It's very nice because this kind of, this collects all of the photos that I want, has a little title, and these are kind of the main photos that we have from this event. I think this has been included in one of my layout shares. Yeah, so, and I really like this title page, and I finally get to use all my autumny stuff. because October was autumny and Halloween, I felt like there was a bit of a pull to use both of the things, as I'd bought both sort of collections. So yeah, this is kind of using lots of different autumny stuff. And then we get into November, where I just heavily leaned into the autumn, but then it snowed, so you just can't use the autumn stuff this year. It was sunny, then it's October, so you want to do a bit of Halloween, and then it snows when it's still autumn. So yeah, didn't get to use much. This is a layout on my channel, and I found this photo after had fallen on the floor. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that is on my channel, adding in another little flip. I really like adding flips for just 3x4s, because if I've just got one more photo, okay, yeah, I could have like made this very photo heavy, but I actually like that I dropped it on the floor, so I had to add it on a little flip. And I like the contrast between these two layouts. I like the pink with then the blue. I think they work very well, and it kind of shows, because this again was just a weekend away. I think that's the thing, is my life is very all over the place with how much I'm doing, so that's why I just don't think that week by week project life would work for me, because 1 minute this is like 2 weeks of my life, and then this is just 3 days of my life. So it is so all over the place that I just think it works a lot better for me to have them month by month. So this is then the snowy stuff, and I absolutely loved getting to use all the snowy stuff for all of my photos. It was a very fun day out in Harrogate. That is the great thing about up north, there's so many little places you can just get to so easily. So now you'd think I'd turned into December, but I hadn't. I took a trip back to York to go visit my friends Libby and Marco, and there was a lot of photos, and I don't actually know what the dates were for this, but as you can see, it gave me the ability to use a lot of my Christmassy stuff before December was over, because I wait until the end of the month to print all my photos and organise them into these pocket pages, and then be able to kind of figure out how many layouts I'm going to have, because I find that's just the easiest way to ensure that I end up with the right amount of photos. So I couldn't do any of my Christmassy photos, so I went ham on making these extremely Christmassy. So I really like this kind of 3x4y pocket page. I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm always going to use this for my bookmark ends for the months, and then I think I'm going to kind of stick to just having those as the bookmark months, and then having smaller things in between, so it kind of, they're chapters of my life. I don't know, I like the idea of that, but for some reason I never seem to remember and don't seem to do that. But I like this because obviously I've got to have that spot to be able to get the project life month name into it. So that was very fun. Again, lots of fake Polaroids as well as pictures of actual Polaroids, and just all of the Christmassy things. So don't worry, you're still getting your Christmas feel flipping through this album, even though December's not in here. These are photos and Polaroids that I had that I'd forgotten about. I left this in York actually, so I thought that was really fun just to add in, because they just were forgotten about photos. This feels very random in here, but it's because this is about the York weekend, and so I had a night out in Cambridge for my friend's birthday, and that's just ended up in here because it goes on the back of this, which is associated with this weekend trip, which you wouldn't believe it was a weekend, or it was 3 days I think. And then this is the final bit for this album, more Christmassy stuff, really busy, going really ham with the gold, glitter and stars, and yeah, lots of fun photos. Then as you can see, I've got all of my photos. I'm going to shut it in for December, and I've got things like the napkins we had at our Christmas dinner, more photos, we went away for a weekend again, more photos. I always have my Christmas Eve photos, and there's some Boxing Day photos, so I've still got quite a lot, and even more because then I got COVID. So this was kind of like past Christmas, things that happened after Christmas. But yeah, so I've still got all of these fun stuff to do next December, which is very fun. But yeah, so this has been a very, I think it's actually been quite quick. don't quote me on that, flip through my Project Life album. If like I said throughout this, if you want to know where anything is from specifically, please let me know down below in the comments, and I will try and find out for you and get back to you. And yeah, let me know down below how you do your Project Life. I know the majority of people do it week by week, but I just find that month by month works so much better for me. And how much do you lean into themes? Because as you've seen throughout this album, I go very heavy on the themes. So like this is very, very Christmassy, snowy, autumny, kind of again autumny. Then I'd bought this, it's the Prima, is it the Prima Marketing? I can't remember the collection, but the Halloween collection that everyone was obsessed with this year. So I wanted to use that, even though I didn't really have any Halloween pictures apart from my pumpkin cakes. So yeah, how heavy do you lean into themes? And obviously my whole summer was extremely summery. So do you lean into this kind of monthly theme? I know that a lot of people like things like Pink Fresh Studios, Studio Calico, just because they're very neutral. They don't really relate to the month, whereas I think that in summertime I really want to do summery layouts, and I end up finding that February is one of the only months that in my head doesn't have a theme, because although it is winter, I feel like a lot of February is leaning to more spring feelings, so I don't end up feeling as themey in that month. But yeah, let me know down below. Obviously this is a very fat album. I don't think my album will get this fat again this year, because I mean I've ended up with maybe 6 spreads for the first 3 months, so considering that some months I've had so many, I think it's going to be a lot calmer. And I have filmed the second half of January and the whole of February today and yesterday, so they will be coming to my channel over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll get this video uploaded as soon as possible. But yeah, oh, and please can everyone let me know down below about all of the American scrapbooking places, because I'm so excited to go and do lots and lots of shopping. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. I never thought that I'd actually have this many people watching my videos, especially as I only started doing this last year. I do feel a bit of an imposter syndrome, but I absolutely love watching everyone else's videos, and I actually really enjoy making the videos. It's very fun. I mean, you get to do I just film while I'm scrapbooking, and it is so fun to kind of interact with people in the comments. So please leave a comment down below, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. So thank you for watching.